Hey, how's it going? Just me and you today. It's a snow day. So I've been getting asked this question a lot, like about TCGplayer Direct. It's not for everyone. I'm gonna say it flat out. If you have problems like securing inventory or getting inventory, whether it's bulk cards, sealed product to open or anything like that, it's probably not gonna be for you just because of the insane volume that you get from it. I remember before we were on Direct, this was probably 4 years ago. The first few months they were out with Direct, we got in, or 5 years, I forget. It's been a while. I was able to control my prices a lot better not being on Direct due to my small inventory. I think at that time they were really just approving everybody. I know they kind of shied away from just approving everybody at this point just because of they want to control it more, the quality of the cards coming in. We were able to like really control our pricing because of the small amount of inventory we had. We maybe had 10,000 cards. You know, I was able to price them and price them high. I was able to get sales because we were still, I believe we were still pro, we were non-direct, so we were still utilizing that like $5 and over free shipping. So like I was able to sell those penny cards for 25 cents because people were just trying to get free shipping. And you know, since our strategy changed because we grew so much, like we wanted to do the volume game, which is buy as much product as you can and sell as much product as you can. Pricing becomes a little bit of an issue at that point. Sure, we do use like mass price through TCGplayer Direct, TCGplayer Pro. You know, sometimes things could get a little, it's not perfect because, you know, let's say another direct seller accidentally reprices their inventory down to TCGplayer low, and then, you know, your repricer prices to meet TCGplayer Direct low, which is what we do. We match TCGplayer Direct low with a floor price of 15 cents. That's literally all we do. You know, you could get screwed on that type of thing because, you know, someone else kind of repriced their inventory low, which is why we put in the threshold of a 10% buffer. So like if our inventory is going to get repriced down 10% more less than it currently is, it won't reprice. It'll just leave it how it is. But still, 10% of $100 is $10. That's a lot of money, especially, you know, when TCGplayer takes a lot of fees. Now they take a lot of fees because, you know, the amount of time it saves. It does save a lot of time. Now, we did an RI yesterday. It was 1,700 cards. Here, I'll show you. It's right here on the floor. There's it. Right there. This box. 1,700 cards. You know, it took my employee maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours to do it. Now that's just to collect it. That's not to put it away. There was time invested into that RI before it even hit that box, between buying it, getting it here, sifting it, putting it away. You know, there was a lot of time that went into that before that. Everyone sees the end product and then they want that end product. But a lot of things go into that before it even hits that stage. So TCGplayer Direct is not for you if you can't get enough inventory. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna join TCGplayer Direct and, you know, you might have gotten a few good chunks of inventory, but as soon as you get active on Direct, you're gonna see you're, you know, doing maybe whatever it is, 50 orders a day. I don't know what the rules are anymore. But once you get into it, you're gonna see the sales volume go up insane. But another positive is you get to price your cards a little higher, because I know a lot of people don't think it is, but it is a premium service, TCGplayer Direct. It might not seem like it sometimes, but it is, especially if you're like a TCGplayer Pro subscriber. You get, you know, a boost in, I'm talking about as a customer, you get a boost in order fulfillment. Your orders get fulfilled first, and you get like certain kickbacks and certain promotions, whereas like you get store credit boosts. They do all sorts of stuff. They do all sorts of stuff for the customer. You know, as a seller, you know, if they're providing a store credit incentive or a bonus, it doesn't come out of our pockets. It comes out of TCGplayer's pockets. We have nothing to do with that. That's between them and the customer. We just sell the product. Now, TCGplayer Direct, how it works is, you know, they use our inventory to sell their inventory, which is our inventory. It sounds weird, but that's how it works. So TCG Player has a huge inventory. They sell our cards for us. They fulfill the orders. And then for us, it's every other day we get an RI, which is a return invoice of cards that we have to fulfill for TCG Player. Now, it varies. Some days it's 500 cards, and on Mondays normally is when we get our biggest return invoice, because we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday sales. So that's why our Monday invoices are around 15 to 2,000 cards, 1,500 to 2,000 cards. It's a lot. Now I think this order value was around 2,000 bucks, 2,800, something like that, for 1,700 cards. That's per card. That's a good value. Granted, there are some 15-cent cards in there, and there are some $50 cards in there. It's just how it works. Now, TCG Player Direct is for you if you can get a good, solid stream of inventory. Whether it's, scouring eBay for good deals, which are very, they're there. You just gotta look. You have to look and take a chance. That's it. Be confident in your ability to scout products, and be confident in your abilities on finding good value. Another great program we use is Mox Alpha. We do have a affiliate code there. They also just implemented Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you mass box open Yu-Gi-Oh! It's another great alternative for you. You can use code RNG-Gamez at checkout. It'll save you 15%. We do get a kickback on that. As far as us, it helps the channel. So the pluses are insane sales volume. You get to sell your cards for a markup because of Direct, and it's a premium service. And you don't have to compete with TCG Low with all those knuckleheads who just want to dump all their cards for nothing. Don't be those guys. Buy those guys' cards and sell them for a markup someplace else. Because TCG Low, when people come in my store, and I had this interaction the other day. I was selling cards, they were $10 each. And he was like, oh, I get them on TCG Player for like $7.50 each. And I said, flat out, this is RNG-Gamez, not TCG Player Low. And he didn't understand what, I'm not competing against TCG Player Low. This is my business. I get to price my things accordingly. Now, granted, the market price was around $10 for that card. I'm not competing against Joe's Crab Shack and cards. I'm not competing against those people. I'm my own marketplace. I just so happen to sell on TCG Player as well. This is RNG-Gamez, not TCG Low. I'm sorry. You can buy those cards. You can pay the shipping and wait 15 days to 30 days to possibly get your cards. But they're in your hands today, and you get to walk out with them. And that's kind of what I say. I mean, it does sound like I'm being an asshole, but for the amount of times that people do that, you sometimes have to be short and sweet with people. Because once you start caving in and, matching TCG Player Low, it's a vicious cycle at that point. Because 9 times out of 10, my buy list is TCG Player Low. So I'm not gonna buy cards from you at TCG Player Low and sell them to you at TCG Player Low. That's just not a good sustainable business. You need a wide selection of inventory at a fair market value, not TCG Player Low. And I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, and I'll just keep saying it. And I love saying it, to tell you the truth. I get a kick out of it every time I have to tell someone that. But this is RNG-Gamez, this is insert your business here, not TCG Player Low. There you go. I'll give you a free template. If you're a store out there and you've watched this channel, TCG Player Direct is probably for you. If you're the average, I say average, recreational seller, it's probably not for you. Unless, of course, you're in our Patreon, RNG-Gamez Patreon, and you get some of the special deals that we get. But currently it's full. I'm just saying it just to say it. You can't get in even if you wanted to. It's full right now. I know, you see all this cool shit behind me and you're like, damn, I want to do that. But Like, what you don't see is the like 4 or 5 years of grinding that we did. You can't compare your year 1 to my year 10, you know, because granted, I haven't been selling cards for 10 years, but I've been operating various other businesses and side hustles for 10 years. So you can't compare your year 1 to my year 10. In 10 years, you might be where I'm at, or you might be way ahead of me. I hope you're way ahead of me, because I fucked up a lot. And to get to this point took a lot of money, a lot of time. But TCGplayer Direct was definitely one thing that kind of helped catapult me here, is because the liquidity that it provides. You can't buy boxes and sit on them and think you're gonna be doing good, unless that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But the liquidity in that and the cash flow in that is almost zero, because the sales velocity on these items is just not there. Everyone wants to buy the singles nowadays. They don't want to buy sealed boxes. And the people that do want to buy sealed boxes of older stuff, I'm talking about like $5,000 to $10,000 boxes, one sale happens every quarter. So yeah, I guess it would be good if you bought those boxes 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, but you're not going to be watching this video. Everyone watching this video are all newer sellers, and you need cash flow. And if you don't have enough cash flow, you're gonna have a bad time. So TCGplayer Direct is great for cash flow, great for selling lower value cards that 9 times out of 10, I know people are like, anything under $3, they take 50%. That's crazy. It's really not. If you sell a card yourself, that's $3. You ship it, you prep it, you send it off, you buy postage and all that other stuff. It's almost 50% anyway, once you take all that into account. So if I could sell $23 cards in the time you sold one, I'd rather sell 20 than sell one, if I can get the 20. You know what I mean? Volume beats margins every time. That's basically it, guys. This is the culmination of 10 plus years of grinding, hustling, and doing all sorts of things. And now, you know, we're here in the warehouse, living life. Don't compare my year 10 to your year 1. Just keep your head down, keep grinding, and eventually pay off. Consistency is key, and liquidity is key. And without liquidity, you will go out of business. So I hope this helped. TCGplayer Direct is great if you can get a large influx of inventory and you're able to secure it regularly. And that's that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.